Welcome back to guys, and today I'm gonna show you the tortoise that I've been keeping for two months from the baby. These are the 2022 CB from Japan. I purchased the huge bands, held every year. It's once in every year. These are the tortoise from the United States, but they are captive in Japan. Okay, so there is 4 types of the tortoise today that I am going to explain, and also there is food for them to eat. So just what I'm talking, I'm gonna feed them for fun to watch. Okay, so now there is they are loggerhead musk turtle and laserback musk turtle. So they are from the they originated from the United States. So as you can see, so the main difference between these turtles are actually a plastron. The color of plastron different. This one's. So loggerhead is more like orange coloration comparing to the laserback is more like marble, especially like the black and white. So they eating pretty well. So in Japan there is season because we have the winter season. It's quite cold. They're gonna freezing outside, gonna be freeze. So because I want to keep the turtle outside. So just I wanted to have the turtle that can tolerate the cold weather. So I decided to keep those loggerhead and razorback from the United States because they could accustom with the environment in Japan. The temperature between Japan and United States quite same, but Japan is colder than most of the place in US. Said I would not eat food actually. It's like that. He's gonna bite. No. Yeah, something happened. So here there's a Mississippi mud turtle, or maybe it's mud turtle. So they are quite vicious hunter in terms of when they find food. So you can see that they will try to bite food. Not so much, because I gave it food morning, but okay. So I love the turtle from the United States, like mud turtle and musk turtle, which in Japan there is 4 or 5 kind of species within the family of the turtles, Japanese pond turtle and leaves turtles, and we call the Yaeyama Ishigame and also Semaru Hakogame, Semaru box turtles. But comparing to the species in Japan, they looks more aggressive, especially American continent, just a giant musk turtle, and we call it Salvini map, musk turtles. I'm not sure English name, but they're more vicious looking, aggressive. So I love to have the turtles looks scary, but in Japan we can't keep snapping turtles alligator snapping turtle and also common snapping are kind of restricted. You should be certified when you have them, and in Japan it's the regulation is getting more strict recently, so getting harder to keep them. So and I didn't take the kind of license, so I couldn't afford to keep those 2 type of turtle. And the other options is giant musk turtle in terms of the kind of scary looking turtles, but I wanted to keep them in the outside. So because I think like the many people says like gentle musk turtle cannot tolerate the cold weather. So there is kind of like two options: the map turtles, like Mississippi or Florida map turtles and Pennsylvania map turtles, or like razorback and common musk, loggerhead, and the rest species striped neck. So those who believe that just I just purchased a turtle from imported from US, but actually there's a restriction that like most of wild turtle cannot be shipped from the United States because of the regulation. So like many people in Japan just try to breed them to increase the population in the captive, so that we could buy them from the breeder. So I think it's quite good for preservation of the natural habitat of the species, and also like we could maintain like population in the world while we can enjoy the hobbies, like try to breed them to the next generations. So I believe that those two, I certain that they are like 2 or 3 generation and breed in Japan. So in terms of the the preservation of species, I think what we have been doing is not gonna be but it's true that just those parents or the grandparents are imported from the United States. So maybe we have the guilty or the responsibility of of what is happening now in the natural habitat, the population. But I think we just enjoy doing and try not to buy the wild ones and try to focus on the breeding and just not harm them is what I think what I should do. So this channel, because I'm huge fan of the keeping turtle from the United States, and also domestic turtles. I have a Japanese pond turtle and Davis turtle. So I want to show you later the turtles that I've been keeping. So there are lots of turtles, and most of them quite beautiful. It's like all of them are beautiful, and I think some of them must be the things that you've never seen. So just if you subscribe my channel, I'm happy. But sometimes just once every 2 times will be Japanese. So there is some kind of language barriers. But I will upload English version. So please subscribe to enjoy. And if you are in the US and other places, I just wanted to know what tip of keeping them, and kind of just I want to know more about the who they are actually, what sort of behavior they have, and what natural environment that they are living would be, characteristic. And also as you can see them, they do have pure they don't have horizontal line in the eye, so which distinguish Mississippi map turtle from other forest map turtle and Owachita map turtle. So as you can see, there is no horizontal line in the eye, so which means that they are Mississippi map turtles. And I found that some pictures and showing how massive, how beautiful the Mississippi turtle of the other specimen really is. So just I wanted to grow them to be that sizes and try to make them like a wild ones, because most of the time wild ones looks better, not better, but more aggressive, more attractive appearance. As I've never been to these places, I felt I want to feel that actually they you know, their true beauty of them. Okay, so here I have the kind of box, the container, because it's like winter now. I try to warm them, and so as you can see, the size of the container for keeping them is not very big, because when they are small, it makes them to makes difficult for them to find the food. So I try to gather them in the tiny cages, like relatively tiny, and make sure that they can eat food. So they eat food in the morning, so they are not gonna very hungry. So here you can see the different tortoises. So I just want to introduce them later. So they are Sema. We call Sema. I'm not sure English name. So they are all watch the map tortoises, and there's a forest map tortoise. All watch the map tortoises look so beautiful. Their appearance of the coloration in their head, and also the coloration from their around the mouth and chin. So it looks amazing. And I've seen some pictures describing about how massive their full grown male as a female would be. And I wanna I'm quite interested in raising them into huge sizes. So there are lots of tortoises that I've been keeping. So maybe outside there is pond. So actually they are hibernating now. So as you can see, lots. Okay, so my main theme is not why turtle, caught in the wild from US, wherever the Asia. I'm searching that I'm keeping from the captivity, reproduced in Japan. So this is what I want to tell people watching this, because I think that some criticism happened there. Yeah, sorry. Okay, so if you love tortoises, please subscribe. So they are so cute. I'm gonna feed them after this. Okay, so thank you. See you next time.